Gemini, how are you? It's me, Lauren B. Welcome to the Untitled Tarot. We're going to do your spread this week. We're going to use the Rider-Waite Tarot. It's old school, very traditional. You're feeling very traditional, Gemini. We're actually going to, I laid out Pisces cards, but I think we're going to do yours live, which is how we did them last time. So like on the fly, as we say in the industry, on the fly. So maybe that's something for you too. You guys are just doing things on the fly, flying by the seat of your pants, skin of your teeth, something about by the skin of your teeth. That's like, what does that mean? It's like when you just make it, you're just making it. I remember I was talking to someone about high school, and I was like, oh, don't worry. I was like, I graduated high school by the skin of my teeth. It's just like on the fly, just like at the very last moment, it all happened for me. Something about you, Gemini, like something's coming in at like the very last moment for you. Last minute, something last minute. I don't know. Let's see. Let's see. All right, one more, Jemmy. All right, I want to get just like a general energy for you. Just like a general, this one's popping out. Oh, okay, all right. Okay, so you have out the Hierophant and you have out the Page of Wands. So that's interesting. So the Hierophant, the first thing that I see in here when I notice the Hierophant is just like God. This is very indicative of like spirituality, God essence, high priest, right? There's a high priestess card. If there's a high priestess card, the Hierophant would be like the high priest. And with the hands up, it is very much like a judgment call sort of energy that I'm picking up, a judgment call sort of energy. Like source, spirit, God is sort of making a judgment call on something. And then I see this Page of Wands coming out, and I actually feel like this is you. I don't feel like this is your energy. This is like a Taurian card. This could represent like institutions, structures, tradition, the tradition of things for you, like a job, that kind of anything with some kind of hierarchy to it as well. I don't know why. Maybe it will come up for us in a little bit, but I'm very noticing the bald spot on the back of these guys' heads. Of these, they're like bishops, they're like friars. I'm getting friars, which is funny because I was saying like on the fly, like at work in the kitchen, and they're like, I need something on the fly. And there's like friars here, out of the frying pan into the fire, out of the frying pan into the fryer by the skin of your teeth. Because then you have out the Page of Wands. This is a fire card. This is also a student energy. It's a page, so it's a younger energy. So you could be in a situation where perhaps you feel like, maybe you feel like you're the Hierophant and you're actually being put in a position where you are in fact a page, where you feel like you're a teacher, you feel like you're established, like you are your own institutions, you have your own internal spiritual traditions, institutions, and you're being put, whether by source or your environment, whatever it may be, into a situation where you feel like a page, you feel like you're in a student energy, having to pull out your passions, right? Because pages also begin paths. They begin new cycles, new seasons, new journeys. It's like at the beginning of something. So, or you could also be trying to take on a new passionate approach to something that you've been doing or been involved in for a long time, or take a new passionate perspective on something that you've been involved in for a long time. But there is also an energy that this is sort of source energy in and of itself, kind of with the fingers up, making sort of like a judgment call. And I'm almost hearing like Gemini go, like Gemini go. It's like, it's time to start moving. It's time to start moving like with passion, like almost source, like being like, you need to put a fire under your butt, and like, it's time to start walking. It's time to start moving. And it's interesting because the page is sort of looking up, right? It's like these guys are looking up at the Hierophant, looking up at God. And then here you are kind of with your big staff, your big stick, and you're sort of looking up as well. Like, okay, if you say so. It's that kind of energy. That's interesting. All right, so let's see what else comes out for you. All right. Okay. Well, now you get all the pages out. So pages are also, they can indicate children as well. So there could be children in your environment, because the Page of Swords just came out too. Oh, things are flying. Things are flying on the fly. What is going on? Okay, we're going to figure this out. We're going to figure this out. All right, there's a lot of stuff. All right, so before I even get to the cards, just fell on the floor. Like I said, you do have the Page of Swords out. And it's interesting because the Page of Swords is sort of looking at this Page of Wands as the Page of Wands looks up. And if the Page of Wands is starting a new cycle, a new season, beginning to walk along a new path, new project, whatever it may be, with a lot of passion, right? A lot of momentum. The Page of Swords is the same thing, but with like the little foot out as well, and swords energy being logic, right? We are coming into Libra season. That is an air sign. You are an air sign. It's almost as though you're trying perhaps to approach a new season, cycle, project, relationship, whatever it may be for you, under the guidance of God, right? Saying start walking, start moving. You're almost like, I'm getting like two ends against the middle. Like you're trying to do it passionately and you're trying to do it logically, but it feels like there's something in between that's missing a little bit, or this is someone else. This could be the Hierophant kind of making a judgment on like two separate people, like you and someone else, telling you, basically giving you both the same instructions, but like telling you to move forward passionately and telling them to move forth logically, because you're sort of like looking up like, me? Really? Okay, if you say so. And this person like has their sword up a little bit, kind of looking at you. So this could be two aspects of yourself, or this could be a complete other person. That's very interesting. Okay, I want to look at these cards. I just fell on the floor. Interesting. Okay. So you have the Five of Wands out in reverse. This is a card of, this actually came out in your last reading. The Hunger Games came out in your last reading. It was about being sort of in like a competition energy, either at work or like for a suitor, whatever it may be, but it came out in the upright. Now you have it again, but now it's in reverse. So this is saying you're not wanting to compete. You're not in an energy of wanting to compete or taking yourself out of a competition, out of some kind of social competition, but also conflict. With Wands being a fire energy, I always get this card as a little bit of like an ego battle, trying to take yourself out of an ego battle. And then you have out the Empress in reverse too. This is an energy, you know, it's divine feminine energy. It also is the energy of being like very fertile, like very abundant, being able, it's like a little bit of a Midas touch sort of thing, being able to consistently birth new ideas, have flow, love, relationships, projects, whatever it may be, business, just really like having that fertile energy, because the feminine energy, it receives and then it nurtures and then it births out ideas. So it's very interesting that, it's funny, it came out in reversed, but I want to put it upright, which is saying that perhaps in being in any kind of ego battle, being in an environment that makes you feel very competitive with other people, whether, because everything's connected, right? So if say you're in a job where you feel very competitive with other people, and that kind of makes you feel a little stagnant, that stagnancy will then roll over into other aspects of your life. So it will roll over into your money. It will roll over into your romantic life. It will roll over into your personal relationships. It will roll over into the way that you feel about yourself. It'll roll over into your spirituality, right? Your passions, your logics, all the pipes kind of get turned off at the same time. Whereas if you kind of release some of that stagnant energy, just as an example, say at work, then all of the valves start to open and that flow, right? Abundance, money, love, opportunity, whatever it may be. It's that Wheel of Fortune energy. It all kind of continues, it flows, it all moves together as one. So I think that perhaps in being in this energy for a long time, like you were in your last reading, you found that I'm getting like, again, like rollover energy. It rolled over into other things, but now you're wanting to get out of it, perhaps because God told you to like get a move on it, right? Get a move on it. Like get your passions back in place. Like you're going to learn new lessons here. That old season, that old cycle, that old whatever, that's all done now. So like get your fire ready, get your mind right, and like start moving. So that way you can actually sit in your Empress energy, receive the guidance from Spirit about which way to go, right, left, forward, centered, backwards, whatever it may be. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around, right? So that way you can nurture new relationships. That way you can nurture yourself, nurture your projects, whatever it may be. And like I said, there is, with all these pages, there is like childlike energy. So could be nurturing actual children in your environment, or also nurturing like your inner child, because that inner child is the energy of the Fool, right? It's that Fool-like faith. Yeah, it's like charade. It's like that Fool-like faith that gives you like the confidence to kind of just like go for it, right? Whatever that may be for you and whatever avenue it is. And doing that, having that open, energetic expression, because that comes from like pure heart chakra energy, right? That's how flow and abundance and manifestation and answered prayers sort of happen for us. So let's see what else we get. Look at this. You have justice out, but it's on its side. Justice is out, but it's on its side. Is justice on its side or is justice on your side? Okay, so a little bit about me as a reader. When cards come out sideways, that tells me, one, there's a lot of free will choices that will affect the outcome of this. But also, when I'm looking at it to kind of determine like what is more likely to happen in this situation, I imagine if I were to turn the card clockwise, which way it would be sitting. So on my deck, if I were to turn the card clockwise, it would be upright. So that's saying if you move correctly by the skin of your teeth on the fly, if you make the right free will decisions on the fly by the skin of your teeth, justice will turn upright in your favor. Things are flying out. Okay, you have the Five of Swords. And then you have the Nine of Pentacles. That's interesting. So the Five of Swords is sort of after all of these people are done fighting their ego battles, right? Fighting the fight. This is like after that. After the soldiers have left the field, everybody's gathered up whatever pieces that they can. But it's like here you are still standing, sort of like wind in your hair. Like everyone else is sort of retreating and here you are still standing. Almost not with these two swords, not just with your truth, but with like the actual truth as well. It's almost, you know how they say there's three sides to every story, your side, their side, and the truth. A little bit of that. There's a little bit of that energy, but this is also like going in for one more battle, like going back in to fight the good fight sort of energy for me. And then you have the Nine of Pentacles. This is like a pre-Empress energy, right? Pre-Empress. It could be like pre-Emperor, but this is everything but like the house, the ring, and the baby sort of thing. This is being stable. It is Pentacle energy, being secure. It's a very independent energy, like on your own again. I just can't wait to be on the road again. Is that how that song goes? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, Gemini. But yes, kind of after you're done with this ego battle, with all of these people, this competitive energy, work, whatever it is, that's been kind of keeping you stagnant in other areas of your life as well. Once you're able to finally move past that, and it feels like you're gonna have to make like a free will decision to actually like remove yourself or to lighten your load or to take things off of your schedule kind of thing. It's almost like after you make that decision, because it's what's best for you, I'm hearing, the Hierophant source kind of goes in and goes, okay, now you may proceed because that was like a lesson that you had to learn in that last cycle. And now you get to go forward with your logic, with your passion. I'm also just saying, I'm getting like a very, again, with all these pages, with all these pages, that I am getting like a phallic energy off of this wand, and wands are passion, right? That it's almost like now you can go into your Empress energy and like receive abundance, like receive justice, which could be like planting new roots for yourself too, because this is going to come out before your monthly, the Element by Design monthly, but the Gemini energy for the month of October was about planting roots down, like accepting like good things, good news, good love, good opportunities, whatever it is, and then planting that down, like rooting it so that way you could grow, right? Kind of like this Nine of Pentacles energy. So I think after you're able to kind of separate yourself from some of these more combative environments, the Hierophant making that like good decision for yourself, the Hierophant will be like, okay, now you can go in with your phallic and your passion and your logic, right? Because that's what makes sense. What makes sense is that like you deserve to get like a fresh start, or to plant seeds that you want, or grow things that are going to be good for you in the long run. And that is going to turn the justice from being a little on its side right now upright, which will give you the encouragement that you need to kind of go in and fight like the good fight for yourself and achieve, like, because the Nine of Pentacles is very similar to the Nine of Cups for me, which is wish fulfillment, like kind of achieve your wishes, but also like stabilize your wishes too. It's almost like if if the Nine of Cups was like getting a call back for an audition, the Nine of Pentacles is like signing the contract for that audition. If that makes any sense. So let's see if we can, we're at 15 minutes. Let's see if we can get anything else for you. It's almost like, it feels like a little bit, maybe you're going to make this free will decision like at the very last minute. Like almost like I'm getting like Hail Mary. You're going to make like, you're going to do something, you're going to say something that at the very last minute, it's like you're going to throw a Hail the skin of your teeth, like you're going to be able to like pull this out on the fly, and justice, the Hierophant is going to allow justice to come in for you. But I'm hearing like it took long enough. Yeah, see, look, and then you have the Four of Wands out on its side again. Again, this is a free will decision. This is, remember how I said this is everything but the ring and the baby in the house? This is the ring and the baby in the house. This is, if you had the 10 of Cups with it, I'd be like, okay, that's it. But again, it's on its side. So this is a free will decision about whether or not this is what's hanging in the balance for you, whatever this may be for you, my little Geminis. But again, Wands, passionate, 2 people, right? Sort of 2 of Cups energy. 4s are about foundations as well. This free will choice is going to decide whether or not you are going to have a new foundation, right? With all these page energies, perhaps it is getting married, having kids, new place, new job, changing the way you work or changing your schedule or whatever, like giving yourself an energetic fresh start. Because like I said, in your October monthly, it was a lot about planting seeds and then allowing them to root and then allowing them to grow. This card's like popping out right here. I want to see what it is. Oh, look, it's the sun. It's the sun. I'm pretty sure that came out in your monthly too. It's a free will decision whether or not at the very last minute you're going to throw this Hail Mary, Hierophant, Hail Mary, in order to bring in this justice for yourself. But it's going to require you to make like a sacrifice, some kind of competitive, environmental, something about sacrificing something in your environment. So that way you can be in this Empress energy to be fertile, to produce, to nurture, to grow and birth new ideas, new relationships, whatever, that will lead to a Four of Wands, 2 foundations, happy, fulfilling, passionate foundations that the sun shines on, because this card is all bright and yellow and sunny, right? Ooh, okay. You have out the Page of Pentacles in reverse, and you have out the Devil. So this is you being a little bit nervous because you don't know how it's going to pan out, I'm hearing. Nothing is guaranteed in life is what I'm hearing. It's like the Hierophant is saying like, go, like this is what's at stake for you. But there might be an element of you that either does not want to or is afraid that perhaps you may lose some kind of stability in retracting some hours at work, taking yourself out of a certain environment, moving, taking a chance on whatever it may be for you in order to create the energetic space to allow all this other stuff to happen for you. That there's an element of you that feels like perhaps like Pentacles, again, more, there's a lot of pages here. There's a lot of pages here. So this is very, and I was getting that phallic energy off the wand. So there's some fertile ass energy moving around here. That there is an element of you that is afraid that it might not be able to be rooted. So I also see like a pentacle or like an Ace of Pentacles as a seed, that it might not root, it might not plant, it might not grow, right? And that's devil energy. That's paranoia, that's self-sabotage, that's what that energy is. So I think that's why you're waiting to the last minute, because you're working through this. You're working through this energy. Like, well, what if I do all that and then it doesn't work out, right? But what if you do and then it does? Yeah, you're afraid of judgment in reverse. Also, I'm getting like overdue judgment. You're afraid that the judgment, because it's right on top of these. So you're like really afraid that you're going to do all this and that it's not going to plant and root, even though that's just like paranoid devil energy trying to get you to self-sabotage yourself. And you're afraid that the judgment isn't going to go in your favor for this. This card is like sticking out. But then you have out the King of Wands, and the King of Wands is a planner. The King of Wands, I see like maps and roads, right? It's like a GPS kind of thing. This guy is, again, more Wands energy. It's passionate, forward-moving energy. But the King of Wands gets things done. So the energy, so it's almost like the way to combat this energy that you're feeling over here, right? Like it's not going to work out. It's not going to be able to take hold, take root, provide a solid foundation, is to actually like make moves, make progress that supersedes that feeling. So like if you feel like something's not going to root, it's not going to take hold, then the way to combat that is to sit as a king in your energy, male or female, it doesn't matter. We all have male or female energy in us. But to sit in your masculine energy and actually like make plans for something successful, make plans for forward motion, make plans passionately moving forward. That's the way to combat. That's the way to like slay this like inner devil that's making you feel like you can't have this, right? Yeah, Two of Wands. It's like looking on the horizons for something, making a decision that like you were going to make this Hail Mary decision to start making plans to combat this energy to actually get what you want. And you have the Tower out on the side. Again, it's like another free will decision that it's like either, it feels like either way, there's like a possible impending Tower moment for you in the sense that it might upset people that like, maybe you're going to move, or maybe you're going to cut back hours, or you're going to take back some of your energy from people, right? But it's also, if you don't do that, then there's also an impending Tower that, you know, you're not going to have your Four of Wands. You're not going to have your Justice. You're not going to have your Nine of Pentacles, right? So it's almost like a damned if I do and I damned if I don't sort of energy. But there is like a feeling that I'm getting that it's like, well, if you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't, well then like choose the outcome that's going to make you the happiest, that has the potential to make you the absolute happiest. Yeah, and it's like Nine of Wands in reverse at the bottom of the deck. It's like, don't be defensive over this. Like, don't be defensive, because like when you do that, you like back up your own energy. And then nothing... Two of Cups, Gemini. And choose the outcome that's going to make you the happiest. It has the highest potential to make you really happy, to give you what you actually want. Two of Cups, this is divine partnership energy. We don't do the TF ideology. We don't go down that rabbit hole here, right? I'll never do that to you guys. But if like, you know, a Gemini card is say like the Lovers. And I just talked about this in the Pisces reading. But the Two of Cups, this is like divinely guided partnership, right? It's like 1 cup, 2 cups, our cups. This is soulmate energy. So like I said, there's a lot of free will here on the board. Obviously use your own discernment. If this reading does not resonate for you, do not take it to the bank. But if it does, there is free will involved here. You could go either way. It's your choice. It's your life. But the general energy is that if you are able to do this, if you throw the Hail Mary, if you choose the highest possible timeline for yourself, then you get what you want. You get a foundation. You get divine romance. You get justice for you. And it's like you get wish fulfillment as well. So, and while you're at it, you get to slay some personal demons inside yourself. So I think like overall, even though look bottom of the deck, 4 cups, you're sitting in like a kind of like a stalemate energy, like a little stubborn, like a little like not happy with what you have. It's almost like, again, Ace of Cups, like the universe, God, the Hierophant, he's trying to give you like an Ace of Cups. That's a new beginning, a new emotional beginning for yourself. But if you just stop humming and hawing over these 3 little cups over here, you'll be able to pick up this one and you'll be able to get what you want while slaying the devil, which is probably light work for a Gemini, honestly, but still. So, Gemmy, that is your reading. I hope that you enjoyed it. It went in a lot of different directions, but by the skin of your teeth, on the fly, Gemmy, it looks like you might pull this out. So I'm rooting for you. I love you guys very much. Thank you so much for being here and investing energy into me. I love to just return that and invest the energy back into you. All my information's in the description box, my email for personals, my social media, all the decks that I own. If you'd like to get them for yourself, they're all listed in there for you, my baby bees. And yeah, I love you so much. I will see you very soon, okay? All right.